apprehension. I used to think that apprehension, that we as riders were not able to overcome them. But I have helped so many riders to overcome apprehension and fear in our program that I now believe that it is very possible. So in today's training, I want to chat about apprehension, how it's totally normal for us to be apprehensive, and how it affects our ability to actually work with our horses or play with our horses, and also maybe our ability to perform. So I'm going to break down this for you, and I'm going to break down exactly what we do in our program as well, so that you can see how this works, how you can reach your goals with your horse, how you can excel with their horse, and be basically the best that you can possibly be. Because I'm going to talk about the single most valuable skill you can have as a rider, and how you can overcome feelings of being apprehensive. Let's talk about things that you may have done in the past, or maybe you're doing to help yourself with apprehension, because it's so true that all of us have experienced it. It's just something that horse riders have to deal with, and you have to address, because these are large animals. They're sometimes unpredictable, and so things can happen. Singing. Singing when you're riding, singing to your horse. Have you tried that? Have you done that? Does that help? I know a lot of riders have tried that and do that, and it's actually, all of these things work and they help towards helping yourself with apprehension. But I'm going to go through these, and then I'm going to show you exactly what we do in our program. All right, so perhaps singing. What about working on mindset, like the power of the mind, or controlling your emotions, ways to control your emotions? What about talking out loud while you're riding to keep you focused? How about consciously relaxing? Breath work, focusing on your breath, focusing on how your breath is being disturbed at certain points in time. How about supplements like rescue remedy or even alcohol, right? What about meditation? Have you tried that? Visualizations, or maybe just saying, I just need more time. I just need to put in the time that it takes. I need more experience, perhaps. I need more knowledge. All of these things. What about listening to music while you're riding? So all of these things are useful. Let me know if you've done or tried any of these things. I know that I certainly have. I know also that these things will help superficially. Okay, so they will help somewhat, but they will not get down to the deep, true core of the issue or the problem that you are facing. And what you need to do to address the actual core or the problem is you need to address the subconscious mind. The 96% of the mind of what we do is ruled by our subconscious mind, and only a very small portion is our conscious mind. So actually what we do with our horses and how we do it is our subconscious mind. So if we don't address that, then we are never going to reach our goals. I can clearly say that we will never reach our goals unless you address this. Visualization, I just want to go through a few of them and explain what I mean here. So visualization can help, right? And I'll give you an example. A student that I was just teaching the other day, she was part of a group that was highly demanding. So she had a goal. She wanted to reach a certain level where she had to do exams along the way. She would visualize herself passing these exams and doing the exams. But this actually added more tension to what she was doing with her horse. And tension will definitely affect your horse and what you're doing with your horse. Our horses are very sensitive to how our bodies move, how they're holding tension. So back to this rider that I was teaching. She found that this ambition was filling her body with tension. being focused on the future and these goals was giving her a lot of tensions. And it wasn't until we worked in our program with her and we showed her exactly what was going within herself and her subconscious mind, and we helped the conscious mind to talk to the subconscious mind, and the two of them to get on the same page so that we're working together. It wasn't until then that she could really get into reaching her goals and letting go of the apprehension around those goals and the apprehension about what she needed to do with her horse to reach those goals. The apprehension was creating tension and postures in her body that was not helping her to reach her goals, which is another thing that we worked with her on in our program, was how she was moving, how she was holding her bodies, because unbeknownst to her, she was holding these tensions, which was causing her to move in a certain way. Then she would get really mad at herself for looking back at what she did. Oh, I made this mistake. I made that mistake. So we helped her very deeply on this level too. Helped her with self-sabotage, so the behavior that she had conditioned in herself and was applying to her horse. We helped her to realize what was going on and helped her to process that and helped her to then be the best that she could possibly be, rather than be in this self-sabotage loop that was pulling her down always. She discovered, as we worked with her, she discovered more and more the layers that were there. And layers, not only with her horse, but in life in general, but the layers that she was harboring within her body. She told us that it had a profound effect on her horse. It's not easy work to do this, right? It may be a lot easier just to focus on your breathing, or just to have a visualization board, or these types of things. They are more approachable and easier to do, but they will not get the source of the problem. They will not help you reach the actual truth of your movement and the truth of what's going on inside your body. She told us that it had a profound effect on her horse, and actually it became fun, because as you pull away the layers, it starts to become fun. The most valuable skill that you can have as a rider is to know how to process this, how to work with your subconscious mind, how to connect your conscious mind and your subconscious mind together, so you can distinguish and you can determine for yourself, okay, is this something that I really need to process, or can I just let this go? In our program too, we work on all kinds of techniques and other skills, but you can have all those techniques and those skills, and if you still don't have your subconscious and your conscious speaking to each other and helping you out, it won't make a difference. You still won't get there. It's about becoming vulnerable, right? She realized that it was safe to become vulnerable. It was sometimes very difficult, but she realized that there was safety in there, and there was nurturing from us behind and supporting her all the way. So she could be in that group. She could realize her goals. She could take the tests that she had to take. She could prepare for those tests, and she could have success with her horse. At the same time, keeping calmness and enjoying what she was doing together. Because it's no sense not enjoying what you're doing, is it? Right? We ride horses to enjoy and to have fun. And when it comes to the place where you're not having fun, where you're not enjoying yourself, it just becomes a chore. That's not going to be beneficial for you or your horse. As you progress with your horse, right, you start getting results. You start making progress. You start getting to be successful. Things will come up, won't they, right? You start to get things more difficult. Your horse maybe says, this is too hard. I don't understand. How do you handle that? How do you address that? Are you going to defend something, or are you going to be open to learning? And these are the things that will help you to be successful, as well as working on building yourself, right? Building yourself physically, right? Building your coordinations, building your body to be comfortable and working in a way that's beneficial to you and your uniqueness, which is also what we do in our program, is helping you to be strong and helping you to be powerful, helping you to be effective as a rider. This is what allows you to do what you need to do. So on a spooky day, for example, you may want to choose to do lunging. You may choose to do in hand. You may choose to do certain obstacles, right? To keep your horse's attention with you. These are all things that we can work on a spooky day if you have the coordination and the power and the strength within your body to do that. And it's relating to your body, right? Not someone else's body, not your instructor's body. It's relating to your body specifically. Things as we work deeply with our subconscious behind the scenes, right? All the time as we build up our techniques and our skills with our horses, whatever that may be, whatever level you're at, things become less scary. Because now you have the understanding, now you have the tools. And this is the part where I didn't for the longest time understand or know that you can actually overcome apprehension this way. But it needs to be in an approach like this, the multidisciplinary approach, right? Just working on breathing is not going to help you to overcome a sudden spook that comes your way. Also knowing who your horse is and what upsets your horse, right? So there's the knowledge behind that and what might stack up, what stresses might happen, what triggers might happen to your horse that you can clue into, that you can tap into, that you can recognize, that will help you to make choices, make you to help inform choices. So just to review quickly, we've talked about the mindset part of it. We've talked about how the mindset is actually the most valuable skill. Once you know how to work with yourself and your subconscious mind and your conscious mind together, that's the most valuable skill, because then you can work on your techniques and your intention and your clarity. All of those are connected in a big way. So put a note for me below if this makes sense to you. And if you would like support, we can support you in this way. You can just book a 15-minute session with us. And this is where we can evaluate where you are at with your horse. So there'll be a link somewhere around this screen. Well, thanks so much for being here. It's great to have you, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.